So, welcome. Same couple of things as always. If you could take a moment and let me know what facility you are from in the chat box, that would be fabulous. Most helpful for me to let your lovely team leaders know that you were here. And all you need for class this evening is a mat, a little bit of space. Feel free to have your water or other beverage of choice right nearby. We just got kind of a back to basics movement plus gait pose kind of flow today. So nothing crazy challenging, but we will get moving and we'll take that intensity up with a little bit faster of a flow as we get there. I think that's it. It's Monday. Lose my mind. It's Monday. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and meet in our comfortable starting position. So we'll start with that warm up as usual. And whatever that means for you this evening is fabulous. So as always, if you prefer to start with a little bit of seated, spinal twist, forward fold, lateral stretch, whatever of those suits your fancy, you are more than welcome to start seated. If you prefer to get started with a down dog or a child's pose to cobra or whatever else may sound good to you this evening, you're welcome to start in any of those positions as well. I'm going to take just a second, make sure that we're all muted and we're all settled on my end, and then I'll meet you guys in that comfortable starting position and we'll get moving. Go. Right, fabulous. Okay, so like I said, starting off in whatever that comfortable starting position is for you. So if you'd like that cat and cow, that child's pose to cobra, you could start at hands and knees. If you prefer any of those seated ranges of motion to get started with, you can start in that comfortable seated position. And anywhere in between is also fabulous. If you know of another stretch or position or range of motion can feel really good for you and for your body and for your practice this evening, you're welcome to start in any of those spaces. And starting with our scan of the body, whether you've started a range of motion or whether you're still seated or hands and knees pretty still, as always, that's just noticing how you're feeling, noticing where you're at this evening, where those points of tension are, where those spaces are that could use a little bit of extra love and care, a little bit of extra time during this warm up, and also those spaces that feel particularly good this evening. And so maybe you can take up that challenge and maybe slow down one of our ranges of motion or speed up one of our ranges of motion this evening to take it with a little bit more of a challenge. And then when you've taken that scan of the body, feel free to go ahead and get started in any of those initial ranges of motion. So I've mentioned them before. Again, that cat-cow, child's pose to cobra, spinal twist, lateral stretch, forward fold, any number of things, your favorite yoga pose, wherever you need to be, just to get started on the right foot this evening. And we'll take about 4 more nice deep breaths in any of those ranges of motion, stretches, whatever feels good here. And taking about 2 more nice deep breaths. So just 2 big deep inhales and exhales. Finding that final kind of range of motion. Maybe you're doing something 2-sided, so you do 1 more in each direction. Maybe you just finish out wherever you are in that stretch. And then we'll bring it on over, as usual, to our comfortable seated position. We'll go ahead and meet there. So taking your time, bringing it over, Finding that comfortable seat, as always, you can have those legs crossed, you can have them out long, knees bent, feet planted. Maybe you're up on the shins if that's a little bit more comfortable. Maybe you're seated up on something. So if you like to be seated on a blanket or a yoga block, or if you have a bolster or something like that. And we'll start as usual with our couple of initial ranges of motion all together. So we'll start with our roll of the head and the neck, and we'll just do twice in each direction for this one this evening. So that nice big inhale to that long spine. That exhale drops the chin to the chest. From there, we'll roll that right ear towards the right shoulder, opening up through the left side of the neck. You can always reach that left arm down towards the mat. That exhale brings the chin back to the chest. And then that left ear towards the left shoulder. Same thing, that right arm can reach down if that feels good. And then nice and easy, we'll go once more in each direction. Chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder. And then chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. That next exhale drops the chin back to the chest one more time, lengthen through the back of the neck. And then that inhale lifts the head back up nice and long. Keep those shoulders nice and low away from the ears here. All right, we'll go into our spinal twist. We're going to mix up our order this evening just a little bit. So our spinal twist up next. We're going to start with a nice deep breath. Whether you like to take those arms high or leave them low, that inhale either finds just that long spine or that out and up. That exhale takes one arm down into the front and one arm down behind, opening those shoulder blades towards that first side. And then from here, we're just going to move at your own pace a few times in each direction. That inhale pulling you through center. As always, hands can stay low as you pull through center, or arms can come high and in that other direction as you come through center. So choosing your option there, moving it nice and easy side to side. With those inhales, making sure you find that nice long spine, that lengthen through the top of the head. And those exhales bring those shoulders side to side. As always, if you like a little bit more intensity, you can put a little bit more pressure through the hand on the knee and the hand behind. If you like a little less intensity, maybe you're just twisting to like a 45-degree angle. So those shoulders most certainly do not need to open all the way towards that side wall if your spinal range of motion doesn't allow for it. Let's go ahead twice more in each direction here. So 4 more nice deep breaths. When you finish that second side at that final time, that last inhale brings those shoulders back to center. And then that exhale either brings those arms down and around or just relaxes those shoulders low away from the ears. From here, let's go ahead right into your shoulder circles. So nice big circles up towards the ears, down and back. Let's just take 3 more in that first direction and then switch it up. Same thing other way. So 3 more there and then other direction. Not as much plank work or down dog as usual, but we will do a little bit during our warm up. Good, 2 more in that second direction, nice big circles. And then go ahead and release them nice and low away from the ears, and we'll finish off with those lateral stretches. So that next big inhale takes those arms out and up towards the ceiling, nice big stretch long away from center. Right hand comes down, left arm comes up over top. Keep the chest open towards that front wall. From here, go ahead and move a few times at your own pace, side to side. Inhales pulling us through center, long arms. Exhales down either direction. That nice big stretch from those fingertips down to the hip in contact with the mat. As always, if you can keep those shoulders open towards that front wall and still bring that elbow down, you're welcome to bring it down a little bit lower. But we want to make sure that we don't close the chest down towards the mat into a spinal twist. I'd rather keep the spine nice and long. Fabulous, fabulous. We're going to finish this one out with just a little hold in each direction. So next time you come down to that first side, so I took it down to the right first, so I'm going to pause there. Again, palm can be down, hand can be or elbow can be down, fingertips reach up and over. And I want you to really think about reaching up and away. So kind of more of a diagonal necessarily than out to that side wall. Nice big stretch there. Big exhale. And then that next inhale pulls us up through center. Pause right at center, nice long spine, nice long arms. And then same thing, hold down in that second direction. So palm or maybe that elbow comes down, You want to reach nice and long and away with those fingertips, those right fingertips. Nice big stretch, kind of almost to that diagonal. Fabulous. One more time, back up to center. Nice long arms. And exhale, circles them down and around. Fabulous. Let's go ahead and take those legs out long, bend the knees, plant the feet. Little front to back range of motion up next. So go ahead and start that off by planting those hands right behind the hips. Open up through the chest, pull the shoulder blades together. Maybe the head falls backwards, just slightly lifting the chin. Maybe the head stays long, depending on how you feel. A little chest opener around the spine up, kind of towards that front wall. With your next exhale, taking the spine into that opposite range of motion. So curling it out towards that back wall. Maybe you place the torso onto the legs. Maybe it doesn't quite reach and you just round the spine out. Those fingertips can reach forward and pull the shoulder blades apart. Or if it feels better, they can just kind of rest down by your side. We're going to go twice more in each direction. So that inhale pulls us to that chest open position, pressing the hips just slightly forward, the ribs just slightly forward. And then that exhale rounds the spine out towards that back wall. So kind of our cat and cow spinal range of motion. And we'll go once more in each direction. Hands behind the hips, open through the chest. And then bringing it forward. From this forward position, I want you to just slowly go ahead and lengthen those legs. So taking it almost into our fold here. And then from there, you can go ahead and take it into our forward fold. So relaxing the spine a little bit, relaxing the fingertips down towards the mat. Maybe the head and neck release and relax. Or maybe you like this stretch with your long spine a little bit more. So you can lengthen it and hinge at those hips, reaching towards those ankles, those shins, those toes, wherever you can get to. And then we're just going to take 2 nice deep breaths here in this forward fold. With each exhale, just trying to sink a little bit deeper into it, relaxing the muscles so they can stretch. Excellent, excellent. That next inhale just brings us back up to that nice long spine. All right, so I'm facing the short edge of my mat, so I'm just going to take my feet just slightly wider, so they're about an inch outside. If you'd like them to be a little narrower or just a little bit further apart, you're welcome to. We're just going to go down in each direction. So I want you to inhale, find that long spine. I like to turn my torso just slightly towards that right leg and then walk those fingertips down towards those right toes. As always, you can find that rounded spine. You can keep that spine a little bit longer and just kind of isolating that right leg to find that stretch. 2 nice deep breaths here in this direction. Fabulous. That next inhale sits us up. And we're just going to change directions. So again, I like to turn my torso towards that leg. If that's not comfortable for your spine, you're welcome to keep it a little bit more down center. And then reach those fingertips down towards the left shin, ankle, or toes. Finding that nice stretch down that direction. 2 more nice deep breaths here. Fabulous. Next inhale brings us back up to that nice long spine. All right, fabulous. The warm-up kind of continues here, but we're going to take it in a little bit more of a flow direction. We're going to work on our low flow for a little bit before we get into the main flow, which will be a little bit more wrist-friendly. So let's go ahead and circle those legs around. As you come around, if you'd like to grab a sip of your water or your other beverage, feel free to. We're taking it to hands and knees for just a moment. So when you reach it, go ahead and take it into that cat and cow for a couple nice deep breaths. Again, finding that range of motion with the spine, those inhales. Brings that belly towards the floor, lifts the chin. Those exhales, rounds the spine up towards the ceiling, tucks the chin in towards the chest. Taking just 2 more nice deep breaths there in that cat and cow, finding that spinal range of motion just twice more. When you finish that out, nice and gently with yourself, as this is our first big lower body stretch, but also our first inversion, we're going to take it to our downward facing dog. So gently curling those toes under, pressing those hips up and back. Maybe you keep the head a little bit lifted for this first one. That's okay. Maybe those knees have that gentle bend. Feel free to take your time, pedal out those heels. Maybe the head shakes nice and slowly in your yes or no range of motion, just to work on that neck loosening, warming up there. Excellent, excellent. And we're just going to take it a few times in our low flow for the rest of this warm up. So from here, I want you to go ahead and shift those shoulders out over those wrists to our high push-up plank position. We're going to pause here for just a moment to find that nice engaged core. Squeeze through those muscles, those quads, those glutes. Pull the shoulder blades apart from each other. And then toes or knees, chaturanga, lower it down. Elbows stay close, bring it down towards the mat. When you hit the bottom, turn the tops of those feet to meet the mat. Press into that baby cobra or that cobra. A little pause there for a moment. Maybe you lift the chin just slightly if it feels good. Little stretch. From there, we're going to go ahead and activate the core and then turn those toes under. Press those hips back up and back into that downward facing dog. We're going to do that nice and slow, just like that, 3 more times. So from this down dog, floating those shoulders out over those wrists, high push-up plank position, little pause. Think about that activation. Think about pulling those shoulder blades apart from each other. And then toes or knees, chaturanga, exhale, lowers us down, elbows stay close. When we hit the mat, top of those feet meet, we press into that baby cobra or that cobra. Activate the core, turn those toes under, press the hips up and back, down dog. Excellent, same thing, shoulders over wrists, high push-up plank position, nice and strong here in this plank. Nice and active through the core, looking great, looking great. Keep this chaturanga nice and slow and controlled. So toes or knees, lower it down super slow. Elbows stay close. And then you can choose up dog this time if you'd like. So cobra, baby cobra, or up dog has those thighs floating. Keep that core active either way. And then turn those toes over. Press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Nice, last time here, last time that we're going through this, and then we will move it on, something a little different, give those wrists a little break. Shoulders over wrists, high push-up position, nice and strong through that plank, through that core, toes or knees, super slow, lower it down, chaturanga. When you hit the bottom, cobra, baby cobra, or upward facing dog, keep that core nice and active, protect that lower back. Excellent, turn those toes under, press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can choose the direction that you'd like to go, either walking those feet towards those hands or those hands back towards those feet, taking it into our forward fold. As always with that forward fold, for that first one, be gentle on yourself. Nice bend in those knees if you need it. Maybe let the head and neck hang. Maybe those opposite hands, find those opposite elbows for our rag doll. Maybe it's a nice, easy side to side. Maybe the head shakes yes or no, nice and slow. Excellent. If you found those opposite elbows, release those fingertips back down towards the mat. Bring the torso back to center. Nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. I want you to go ahead and roll it on up. So starting with those hips, then that lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulder blades, then the chest and the chin. All right, when you get to the top, if you did walk the hands back towards the feet and you ended up at the back of your mat, I invite you to go ahead and step to the front with me. So I've got a little bit of space in front of me, but not too much, because we are going to step back. Like I said, we'll give those wrists a nice break tonight for the rest of that flow. We're going to do some lower body work. We've got some chairs and gait, some crescent lunge, a little bit of our basic movements here. So we're going to start with 2 nice deep breaths, leading with those arms. On our third deep inhale, our exhale is going to take us to our forward fold. So starting off with that first one, that inhale takes us out and up. Nice big stretch, long away from center. Maybe look up towards those fingertips. Exhale circles the arms down and around. Second inhale, same thing. Takes us out and up. Nice big stretch, long away from center. Exhale just circles the arms down and around. Third one takes us into our fold here. So inhale still takes us up. Nice big stretch long away from center. And our exhale takes us into that forward fold. You can swan dive it forward, or you can roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Either is fabulous. Taking it back into that nice lower body stretch, maybe a little bit of a lower back stretch for you, depending on where that tension is. Let's take it to a halfway lift. Inhale to that flat back, that long spine, that active core. Nice, we're gonna use that on our chair pose. So keeping that core active. Exhale folds us back to that forward fold. That chair is up next, so go ahead and think about that active core as we inhale to sweep those arms up and sink those hips back into that nice chair. Not maybe necessarily as low as you can always get it because we're just getting warmed up. We're just getting that lower body warmed up, but just nice and easy into that chair. Fabulous. Next exhale takes us back to that fold, nice and easy. And then from there, we're going to step it back to our crescent lunge. So I want you to take that right foot, step it back nice and long, toe down, heel up, activate that core, sweep it into our crescent. So we're finding our balance. We've got that nice bend in that left knee, that front knee, those long arms. Maybe that right leg is nice and long. Maybe the hip flexor is a little bit tight, so you've got a gentle bend in it. Let's take it to our warrior two. Right heel turns down, arms open. Nice and long from fingertip to fingertip. Let's look over those front fingertips. Keep that gentle bend in that left knee. Excellent. With that next inhale, flip that front palm, lift it up and back to our peaceful. You're going to reach those fingertips down, or you can find that half bind, circling those fingertips around to that left hip. From here, we're going to cartwheel it down, taking that left hand over and down, that right arm over and down, and that right heel is going to lift. This takes us to our low lunge. So go ahead and lower that right knee to the mat. Top of that right foot meets. Two options for your low lunge as usual. You can sink those hands to the inside of that left knee, or you can take it up to that nice tall low lunge, turn those hips underneath, and just shift it slightly forward to find that hip flexor stretch. Whichever of those feels better for you, or a more intense stretch, or whatever you're looking for this evening, finding that for two nice deep breaths here. And then we'll take it to that hamstring stretch. So either of those options, we're just going to go ahead and shift those hips back, lift those left toes, lengthen that left leg, hinge forward those hips so hands can stay at the hips. You can reach down towards the toes, or you can use them for that balance, fingertips down to your sides on that floor, on that mat. Two nice deep breaths here. Excellent. And then we're going to shift it just halfway back into that low lunge. So not all the way so that both hands can meet, but just so that those front toes are down. I'm going to take my hands to the inside of that left leg. I'm going to turn my right leg around so that it faces that left side. Bring the torso up to center and then lengthen that left leg out towards the front of my mat. So here's where that gait pose is going to go. We're going to go down towards that easier side, that right side first. Palm's going to meet the mat. And that left arm's going to come up over top for that nice big stretch from those left fingertips down to that left heel. From here, you're going to have to use your core a little bit to press up and over. And then not putting too much weight onto the inside of that leg because we don't want to crush that knee down towards center, down towards the mat. We just want to take those fingertips and rest them gently on the leg and bring that right arm up over top. Nice big stretch through the right side of the body. Nice. Inhale takes us back up to center. I'm going to take my fingertips down in front of that right knee and bring it to a side lunge. So I'm going to use them for that little bit of leverage. Curl the right toe under, lift the knee, and plant that foot. So we're coming up a little bit here. And then bend into that right knee. So we've got our side lunge, our nice length through the inside of the left leg. So that left leg is still towards what I'm considering the front of my mat. So we're going to take that side lunge to that left side. So bend the left knee, lengthen the right leg. And then we're going to turn this back into our crescent. So I'm going to turn my left toes to face the front of my mat. I'm going to lift my right heel and sweep those arms back up into that crescent. From here, we're going to take it back into our chair. So taking our weight over that left foot, stepping that right foot forward to meet. Try and keep those knees bent if you can, but if not, take that readjustment, find your balance, and sink it into that chair. Excellent. All right, so that right leg was back nice and long, so we're going to turn that into a tree. As I stand up, I'm going to lift my right heel. You can take it to that low tree where it's right on the ankle. You can take it to that mid tree on the calf or the shin, or you can use that little bit of an assist and bring it above the knee. As always, we just don't want that tree on the inside of that knee. Those arms can be up, the hands can be at heart center, wherever you're comfortable. Excellent. One more big inhale. And on that exhale, go ahead and gently set that right leg down back to that mountain pose. 2 deep breaths. Second one takes us to our forward fold. Inhale takes us up. Exhale brings those arms down. Inhale takes us up. And this one takes us into that forward fold. So you can swan dive or you can roll it down, whichever you prefer. Excellent. Inhale to that halfway lift. Flat back, long spine. Exhale back into forward fold. Here comes that chair again. Sweep those arms up, sweep those hips back. Nice little stretch, maybe for those shins there. Finding that nice deep chair. Excellent. Keep that core engaged so our lower back is protected, nice and long and strong. Fabulous. Your next exhale takes us back to that fold. And we're going to step back to our crescent. This time that left leg steps back nice and long. Toe down, heel up, bend that right knee, sweep those arms up, find your balance. Excellent. Warrior 2 up next. Left heel turns down, arms open. Right fingertips forward, so let's look over them. Nice and strong in this warrior 2 position, that nice bend in that right knee still. Knee should be pointing the same direction as those toes, so both towards the front of the mat. Let's take it to our peaceful. Flip the front palm, lift it up and back again. You can reach those fingertips down or bring it to that half bind around behind the back. That next exhale cartwheels us down. Right hand over and down, left hand over and down, left heel lifts. Low lunge up next, left knee meets the mat. Top of that left foot meets the mat. Again, you can keep it forward here and shift those arms to the inside, or you can bring it halfway up. Turn that pelvis so the top faces in and the bottom faces forward, and then just shift forward until you feel that stretch through the front side of that left leg, that back leg. And if you prefer that low lunge where those hands or those elbows are down, that's fabulous as well, whichever feels better for you. Nice. With that next exhale, let's take it back to that hamstring stretch. Shift those hips back, lengthen that front leg, lift those toes, find your balance. Fingertips can be down, fingertips can be out, hands can be at those hips, whatever suits you best. Fabulous. We're taking it just back into that lunge so that those right toes can meet. And then we're going to take it back to that gait. So my left toes are going to come around to the right side of the mat. I'm then going to lengthen that right leg. So I'm facing the opposite direction. I'm facing away from you here. Left hand is going to come down. Right arm is going to come up over top for that nice big stretch. Keep that core active here. Not putting too much weight down on those left fingertips, that left hand. And then use that core. Come up over top. Right fingertips just rest lightly on that right leg. Left arm comes up over top. Nice big stretch from left fingertips down to that left knee. Nice. Next inhale takes us kind of back to center. We're going to plant those fingertips in front of that left knee and use this to transition into our side lunge. So lifting those toes, bending that left knee, finding that stretch. So now for the sake of this, since I've turned around, that's going to become the front of my mat. So we're going to switch sides, take it over in that second direction towards the front of our mat. We're taking it back to that crescent. Right toes turn forward, left heel turns up, arms sweep up, which takes us to our chair. Shift that weight over those right toes. Send that right foot forward to meet the left. That nice long spine. Nicely done, you guys. We're taking it to that tree. That left leg has been moving, so it's going to keep going for us as you stand up. That heel lifts. You can keep it low. You can do middle, or you can bring it high. As always, avoiding the inside of that knee. So we want to make sure that it's above or below. Again, arms can be up. Can be at heart center. Fabulous work. One more big inhale and exhale. That exhale sets that left foot down, circles those arms down and around. Fabulous. If you'd like to grab a sip, feel free to take a sip. If you'd like to shake anything out or give anything a stretch, take a moment. All right, and then we'll go ahead and meet right back at the top of our mat. hit it again, just a little bit faster this time. And I didn't say it at the beginning, so I'll say it now. 60 minutes today, as always. If you can only join me for 40, I'm happy to have you here for about another 10. If you'd like to join for the extra little bit, we'll just keep moving through this flow. 20 extra minutes, same meeting information as soon as this one ends. Taking it back to the top of our mat, we've got our 2 deep breaths again. First one, just the arms. Second one takes us into our forward fold. Here we go. Inhale takes us out and up. Exhale circles the arms down and around. Next inhale takes us up again. Exhale takes us into our forward fold. Again, swan dive or roll it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Either is fabulous. Inhale to our halfway lift. Flat back, long spine. Exhale to that forward fold. Chair pose next. Inhale sweeps the arms up, sinks the hips back. Into that chair pose, a little deeper this time maybe because we've done it a couple of times. Maybe those feet are right together so you can press those thighs towards each other. Maybe they're kind of a little bit wider, so you have to think about sitting those hips back, keeping your core engaged. We're taking it to our crescent lunge. I want you to take that right leg, keep that left knee bent, and just try and step it back nice and long from there. If you need to reframe and find that balance, take your time getting there. We've got that nice long right leg, that left knee is bent. Let's take it to our warrior 2. Right heel turns down, arms open, nice bend in that left knee. Excellent, looking over those left fingertips, nice and long, nice and strong in our warrior 2, and then let's take it to our peaceful. Flip that front palm, lift it up and back. Cartwheel it over and down. Left hand, right heel. Right knee meets. Top of that right foot meets. You can keep it in this low lunge, or you can bring it halfway up into that midway lunge. Finding that nice stretch. And then let's take it to that hamstring stretch. Sink those hips back, lengthen that front leg, hinge forward at the hips. Fingertips can come down towards the toes or stay on those hips if you have them there. Nice, we're taking it halfway back up just so that we can plant that left foot. Those right toes come around to the left side of that mat. That left leg comes out long. We're going down to the right first. So right hand comes down to the mat, to the right side of our body. Left arm comes up over top. Nice big stretch. Use that core as much as you can to press up and over, setting those left fingertips gently on that left leg. That right arm stretches. Inhale takes us up to center. Hands plant right in front of that right knee. Curl the right toe under. Bring it up and under, best you can, into that side lunge towards the right. So towards the back of our mat here. And then switch it towards the front of our mat. Bend that left knee, right leg is long. Turn those left toes to face the front edge of our mat. Bring that right heel up. Sweep the arms up into our crescent lunge. Take your time. Find your engaged core, your nice long and strong core. That nice bent left knee. Because that's going to take us to our chair, shifting our weight over our right foot the same way that we got here. We're going to slide that right foot forward, that right foot forward into our chair. Taking our weight over our left foot. Nice. Keep that core engaged. Keep that spine nice and long. So if you can have those arms up by the ears, as always, that's great, but not at the sacrifice of our lower back. One more big inhale and exhale. Nice. Here we go into our tree. Right foot is moving. Left foot is planted. Weights on that left leg. Again, you can keep it low. You can use that assist. Bring it up to the inside of that leg. Arms can stay high, or you can bring them to heart center. Finding your nice strong core. Finding something still to look at. Fabulous work. Fabulous work. Looking good, you guys. Give me one more nice deep breath. Big inhale. Exhale, gently sets that right foot down next to the left, back to that mountain pose. Fabulous. One more time through for this first 40 minutes. You need a quick sip. We're going to take our 2 nice deep breaths again, so feel free to take it for that first deep breath. If you're ready to get going right away, that first big inhale takes those arms out and up. Exhale brings them down and around. Second one takes us to that fold. Inhale takes us up. Exhale brings us into that fold, fingertips towards the toes. Spine can stay a little bit longer if you'd like. Maybe you round it out, open those shoulders. Nice stretch for the backs of those legs. Halfway lift, inhale to our flat back, our long spine, our active core. Exhale to that forward fold, fabulous work. Chair pose next, inhale, sweeps the arms up, sinks the hips back. Keep that spine nice and long, keep that core engaged. Sink just a centimeter deeper for me, just a little bit more. Nice. This time that left leg is moving, so shifting our weight onto our right foot. Lift the left heel. If you can, slide or step it back. Keep that right knee bent. Nice long torso. Readjust, find your balance. Excellent work, you guys. Warrior 2, left heel turns down, arms open. Nice and strong in our warrior pose. Take it to our peaceful. Flip the front palm, lift it up and back. Nice big stretch. Our exhale cartwheels us down. Right hand, left heel. Left knee meets the mat, top of that left foot. We're in that low lunge. You can bring it up halfway if you'd like. And let's take it to that hamstring stretch. Shift those hips backwards, lengthen that front leg, lift those toes, hinge forward. Nice, 3/4 of the way forward, back into that lunge. So bend that right knee, plant the foot. Left toes come around to the right side of that mat. Right leg lengthens. We're going down to the left first. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up over top. Use the core to bring you up through center. Right fingertips rest lightly on that right leg. Left arm comes up. Inhale brings us back to center. Plant those hands in front of that left knee. Curl the left toes under. Lift that foot. We're in that side lunge. I'm going to turn so that this is the front of my mat now. So left knee is bent. And then let's take it in that other direction. Fabulous. This takes us back to our crescent lunge. Turn those right toes to face, lift that left heel, sweep those arms. To our chair pose, slide that left foot forward, bend those knees. And we're finishing off with our tree pose as we stand it up, lifting those left feet off the floor. It can stay low. You can bring it high. Arms can stay high or come to heart center. Keep that core engaged. Find that spot to look at. Excellent, excellent work, you guys. One more nice deep breath here. Big inhale. On that exhale, nice and gently, go ahead and set that left foot down next to the right. Bring those arms down if you have them up. We'll finish this first 40 minutes with 3 nice deep breaths. That inhale takes us out and up. That exhale brings them down and around. Inhale takes us up. Exhale brings us down. And on this final one, those palms meet overhead. Inhale takes us up. Palms meet. Exhale pulls those hands down to heart center. As always, if you can join me for our extra 20, I look forward to seeing you back for a few moments. And if not, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday and the rest of your week. And I hope to see you next time. The light in me honors the light in you, bowing as we say namaste. Maybe it's that forward fold. Maybe you move it side to side a little bit. Maybe you take the legs wide and do a side to side lunge or a side to side fold. Like I said, 2 deep breaths from here. So nice big inhales and exhales. Fabulous. And then wherever you were, go ahead with that next breath. Make it back to our mountain pose. Shoulders low away from the ears. Nice good posture. Pull the shoulder blades together. Hands down by your sides. Making sure that our spine is nice and long. Our core is active. 3 nice deep breaths. Third one will take us into our forward fold. So that first inhale leads with those arms. Takes us out and up. As always, if you breathe a little faster or slower than I talk here, take it at your pace. That exhale brings us around. Second inhale takes us up. And exhale brings us down. And third one takes us into our fold. So our inhale takes us up. Our exhale folds us forward, fingertips towards the toes. Nice stretch here. Take a moment, maybe round out the spine, maybe start lengthening those legs, maybe move a little bit side to side. Excellent, excellent. We're going to take it back into that halfway lift. So with your next inhale, spine at center, halfway lift, active core, flat back. Nice. Fold it forward with that exhale. Let's take it back into that chair. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. Nice long spine, nice active core. Keep it engaged here. Nice, nicely done, nicely done. All right, let's take it back to our crescent. Right foot moves, lift that heel, slide or step it back nice and long. Try and keep that bend in that left knee if you can. Toe down, heel up in our crescent lunge. Nice and strong in this position. We've got that bend in that left knee. I want you to take a look at it. Those toes should be pointing forward. That knee should be pointing the same direction as those toes. So if it comes in towards your center line or out away from your center line, just make that small readjustment so that it's not caving in or out. Let's take this to our warrior two. Keep the knee right on that line. Turn the right heel down. Open the arms. When you think about keeping that knee on that line, that might feel a little bit more engagement through the inner thigh on that front leg. Peaceful. Flip the front palm, lift it up and back. Cartwheel it down. Left hand, right heel, right knee meets the mat. Top of that right foot meets the mat. If you'd like to shift those hands to the inside into that low lunge, you can, or if you'd like to come halfway up, turn those hips underneath and shift them forward into that stretch. You are also welcome to taking a moment in this low lunge. Nice. Let's take it back to that hamstring stretch next. Shift those hips back. Lengthen the front leg. Lift the front toes. Nice. Shift it forward. Back to that lunge. Here comes that gait. Turn those right toes to face the left side of the mat. Facing that right side. Left leg lengthens. Down to the right first. Right hand comes down. Left arm comes up over top. Use your core up and over. Left fingertips on that long left leg, right fingertips up over top. Deep stretch to that right side. You can even think about pressing that right hip out towards that right wall. Nice. Inhale brings us up to center. Use the core again. And then bring those fingertips down right in front of that right knee. Curl those toes under. Lift it up into our side lunge. Nice. So if you need small readjustments to get there, that's okay. I know that's a tough transition. Let's switch sides. Bending towards that left knee, lengthen that right leg. We're back towards the front of our mat. And then let's take it to our crescent. So turning those left toes out to face, bringing that right heel up. Sweep those arms up. We've got that nice bend in that left knee. So again, we're nice and strong in this position. To our chair, shifting our weight over our left leg, sliding that right foot forward. Those knees are bent. Nice. Excellent, excellent. Using that little bit of a challenge on that transition. I like it. And then let's take it up to our tree. So standing up, lift that right foot as you lengthen those legs. Turn that right knee out. It can be on that calf. You can use that assist to bring it up. As always, avoid the inside of the knee. Nice strong core. Hands can be up or at heart center. If you want a little more challenge and those hands are up, already up, you can look up or maybe waver a little bit side to side like the leaves on those branches. One more nice deep breath. Big inhale. And exhale, sets that right foot down. We're back to that mountain pose. Lower those arms. Keep those shoulders nice and low away from the ears. We're starting off with 2 deep breaths this time. Second one takes us into our fold. Inhale takes us up. Exhale brings the arms down. This one takes us into our fold. Inhale takes us up. Exhale brings those fingertips down towards the toes, towards the mat. Nice stretch for the backs of those legs. Maybe you feel this in your lower back. I know I certainly do today. Nice. Let's take our halfway lift. Inhale to that flat back, that long spine, that active core. Forward fold. Chair pose. Nice. Sinking nice and deep into that. Give yourself that little bit of a challenge. Go a little deeper than you're comfortable with. Fabulous. Nice. Shift that weight onto that right foot. Lift that left heel. Slide it back into our crescent. Try and keep your balance. Readjust to be safe if you need to. Nicely done. So we're nice and powerful through this pose. Once again, check out those right toes, that right knee, and then we'll make that transition to that warrior two. Again, keeping those right knees centered, left heel turns down, arms open, look over those right fingertips. Excellent. Peaceful flips the front palm, lifts us up and back. Cartwheel it down, right hand, left heel. Left knee meets, top of that left foot meets. You can shift it to the inside or come halfway up. Hamstring stretch, shift those hips back, lengthen that front leg, lift those toes. Halfway back to center, plant that right foot. Here comes that gate. We're going to turn those left toes to the right side of that mat. That right leg lengthens. We're going down to the left first. So away from that long leg. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up over top. Nice big length from those right fingertips to that right heel, the bottom of that right foot. Use your core to press up and over. Right fingertips rest gently on that right leg. Left arm reaches up. Inhale back up to center. Fingertips down in front of that left knee. Bring that left foot up. We're in that side lunge. Nice. Let's take it over to the right. And our crescent brings us back towards that front side of that mat. So right toes turn out, left heel lifts, arms sweep up into that nice strong crescent. Nice. All right, here comes that chair, shifting our weight over our right foot here, sliding that left foot forward to meet it into that chair. Try to keep that right knee bent. Keep that lower back nice and long and strong. Keep that core engaged. Keep that core engaged. Fabulous work, fabulous work. As we lift out of this, we're taking it back to that tree. So that left foot moves as you lengthen that right leg, lifting that left foot again. Use the assist if you need to get it up over the knee, or you can always keep it below, especially if your balance is feeling a little off today. As always, we have a little bit of unevenness a lot of times, or maybe you have an off day on your balance, and that's just okay. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just let it be, notice it, and come back to it next time. Nicely done. Keep that core engaged. If you need that little challenge, you can take it. One more deep breath, big inhale. And as you exhale, setting that left foot down, bringing those arms down, shake it out. If you need to sit, feel free to grab it. We're gonna take it one more time on each side because we've got time. So when you've taken any range of motion that you'd like, maybe you took it out a little bit, maybe you found a little fold or whatever worked for you, then we're gonna take it back to the top of our mat. We're gonna start it from the top again. We're gonna go through it a little faster this time, one more time on each side. We're gonna start with our two nice deep breaths. So from our mountain pose, that first one takes us out and up. And then exhale circles us down and around. Our second one takes us to our fold. Inhale takes us up. Exhale folds us. Nice. Here we go into that halfway lift. Flat back, long spine. Back to that fold. Chair pose. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. Nice and strong in this chair pose. So the same way that we're strong in our crescent lunge, with those knees bent, with that core engaged, with that nice long spine. Fabulous work. We're moving that right leg first. I want you to shift your weight onto your left, lift the right heel, slide or step it back, try and keep that left knee bent. Take it right into that warrior two. Turn the right heel down, open the arms, keep that left knee bent, nice and strong. Keep that leg engaged. Peaceful, flip the front palm, lift it up and back. Cartwheel it down. Right heel lifts, right knee meets the mat, top of that right foot meets. We're either in that low lunge or halfway in that lunge, turning those hips underneath. Maybe you shift them forward. Hamstring stretch, shift those hips back, lengthen that left leg, lift those left toes. Back to that lunge for our gait pose. Turn those right toes back to face the left side of the mat. That left leg lengthens, that torso starts long. We bring that right hand down, that left arm up over top. So left leg is lengthened, right knee is down, right hand is down. Use the core to come up over top towards that left leg. Right arm comes up over top. Make sure you don't put too much pressure down on that left leg. Use your core. Inhale brings us up to center. Let's make that transition to that side lunge. Fingertips down in front of that right knee. However you can make that transition, but turning those right toes under, stepping in. We start with that right knee bent, left leg long. I know I look mirrored here. Stick with me. Nice, let's shift it back to the front of our mat. Left knee bends, right leg lengthens. Turn those left toes to face the front, right heel lifts, lengthen the arms. We're back in that crescent lunge. Nicely done. Here we go into our chair, shifting our weight over our left foot, sliding or stepping that right foot forward, finding our chair pose, that nice bend in those knees, that nice long spine. Excellent work, you guys. All right, right leg is moving into our tree. So as you stand it up, lift that right leg. Again, it can stay low as you turn that right knee out, or you can use that assist to bring it up above that knee. Hands at heart center or up tall. Nicely done, you guys. Next, exhale, gently releases that right foot, sets it down, brings those arms down if you have them up. Final time, here we go. 2 deep breaths. Second one takes us into our fold. Inhale takes us up. Exhale brings the arms down. Second time into our fold. Inhale takes us up. Exhale folds us forward, fingertips towards the toes. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine with our inhale. Activate the core, exhale, fold it forward. Chair pose, sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. Nice bend in those knees. Give yourself that little challenge. This is our second to last chair of this practice. Second to last chair of this practice. Nicely done. All right, here we go. We're taking it into our crescent. Weight over that right foot, left leg steps or slides back. Try and keep that right knee bent nice and strong in this position. And then let's take it to our warrior two. Left heel turns, arms open. Nice, peaceful. Flip the front palm, lift it up and back. Cartwheel it down. Right hand, left heel. Left knee meets. Top of the left foot meets. Choose your low lunge. Shift it back for that hamstring stretch. All right, let's make that transition towards our gait. Plant that right foot. Turn those left toes to face the right edge of the mat. That right leg goes out long. We're going down to the left first. Left hand comes down to the mat. Right arm comes up over top. Again, I know I'm mirrored. Stick with me. Use your core. Bring it up through center. Right hand nice and easy down onto that right leg. Left arm up over top. Back to center. Making that transition to our side lunge. Fingertips down in front. Bring that left foot to plant. Right leg is out long. Switch it up. Bend that right knee. Take it back towards the front of our mat. Sinking those hips back here. You should feel this stretch through the inside of that long leg. Back to our crescent lunge. Once again, turn those right toes to face forward. Bring that left heel up. Bring that nice long torso, that nice strong torso. Excellent. Last time into our chair pose here. Shift that weight over that right foot. Slide that left foot forward. Keep those knees bent if you can. Nice long spine. Keep that lower back nice and strong. Keep that core engaged. Keep those arms long, whether they're down a little bit in front for the sake of the lower back or whether you can bring them up towards those ears. Fabulous. As you stand it up, that left leg lifts back into our tree. Choose your tree option wherever you need to be for this second side. Arms up, down, leg wherever you need it to be except for the inside of that knee. Keep that core engaged here. Focus on that still point right in front of you. Keep your breath going nice and even. Excellent. Excellent job, you guys. If you come out of it, take a moment, bring it back in. We've got 3 more nice deep breaths. That's it. Big inhale and exhale. Big inhale and exhale. Last one. Big inhale. And with that exhale, go ahead and gently set that left leg down. Bring those arms down if you have them up. Shake it out if you need to. Alrighty, fabulous. We're gonna finish off by kind of bringing it down to the floor. I know we're at 6:30, so I'll make this last a little bit pretty quick. Let's start at the top of our mat. Let's take an inhale. Exhale into our fold. Step it back into our plank. Feet back nice and long into that plank position. Pull those shoulder blades apart, just like when we started. Toes or knees, chaturanga. Bring it down. Chest up, cobra, baby cobra, up dog. Down dog. Activate the core, turn the toes under, press the hips up. Bring the knees down, sink the hips back towards the heels. Bring those hands in towards the knees, bring that torso up. You can stay on those shins, or you can shift it over to that comfortable seat. And we'll finish like we started with those 3 nice deep breaths, leading with those arms. That inhale takes us up. That exhale brings us down. Inhale takes us up. Exhale brings us down. And on that third one, those palms meet up overhead. Inhale takes us up. Palms meet. Exhale pulls the hands down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me this Monday evening. It's great to have all of you back again another week. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your Monday, a great rest of your week, and I will see you next time. The light and me honors, the light and you bowing, as we say, namaste.